Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Jay, and it's your boy Jay, aka Football Talk. In this one, I will be reacting to Best Beginner Offense in College Football 25 Unstoppable Scheme. Now, I'm not really into like knowing the plays and those things, but I am an offensive player, and I feel like I'm gonna learn a lot of new stuff in this. And I just figured let me drop a reaction to it because yeah, your boy has not played a football game in quite some time, so your boy's a little rusty. Hey, not gonna lie to you yet. I'm a little rusty. I haven't when's the last time I played? I think the last time I played was Madden 22, and that was on my channel. So whatever my last Madden gameplay on my video on my channel is that. But no more talking. Let's jump right into this one.
I'm going to show you the best beginner offense that anybody can use to success in college football 25. Whether you're in dynasty mode, playing against friends, or even playing online in the college football playoff mode where you have to pick your team's playbook, this scheme will work with pretty much any playbook in the game. Now, my favorite playbook is the Alabama playbook, so that's what I'm going to be using, but you can use this out of any playbook. Basically, what you want to do is find a formation with 3 receivers to the same side. So a formation like trips tight end, for example, or this trio
Okay, so
halfback
3
weak
receivers to the same
formation,
side.
or this
Okay.
trips halfback weak formation, something like this where you have 3 spread out receivers on one side of the field. You don't want them bunched up like this, like bunched tight end. You want them spread out a little bit. So for example, here
Okay.
in practice mode, you can see how spaced out they are.
Okay, I
Is them
see.
bunched together like this. Now, another thing to note is we want our 3 receivers on the wide side of the field where there's more space. So notice the ball's on the right hash marks. That means we have our receivers to the left side of the field. If the ball's on the left hash mark, we would have it flipped and have the receivers to the right side. Now, the first route combination we're going to go over will beat any coverage in the game. You just have to make the right reads. And this is how you set it up. We're going to put the B
Beat
receiver,
any
our most
coverage?
inside receiver, on a zig route by pressing Y or triangle, selecting his icon, and then choosing the zig option on our hot routes, which is going to be left on the D-pad. Then we're going to take the Y receiver, do the same steps, and then we're going to press the left trigger or the L2 button to put him on a flat. So you can see how the play is developing here. Then we're going to take the X receiver and we're going to put him on a deep dig, which is down on the D-pad. Now, for the running back and for the other receiving option, whether it's a tight end or a receiver split out wide, you kind of just want them out of the way on this. If you have a tight end, I would like to put him on a corner route because I think that is going to be the best option because he will beat man. For the running back, you can either block him by pulling up the hot routes and then doing right trigger or R2 to block him, or you could put him like on an in route over the middle, something that can be a check down and can be a man beater. But the 3 receiver side
That's
of the field
definitely
is where we're
what
focusing
I
on.
would
So
do.
if
Let
it's a
the
zone
running back go
defense,
out
you're
on
going
the
to look
route.
to hit the B receiver and you're going to hit him in this little pocket right here. No matter the zone defense, you should be able to pick up an easy
You see,
5 to
I
6
always
yards
would
with
go
him.
to the
And
tight
you'll
end and
notice, no
get
matter the
picked
zone
off.
defense, he's going to have a little pocket here, and if you pass lead this up, you can hit some big yards with it. The reason this is so open is because this other flat route is going to pull any flat defender to the sideline a little more, and then we also have this dig route going up the field. These
Oh,
two routes are
wow.
going to occupy any
Damn,
zone
look how much
defenders on that side of the
space.
field, leaving this pocket open for that zig route.
Hey, it's Angie. This is how Amazon helps me crush laundry day for less. Laundry basket. Detergent.
But if you also wait later into the play against zone defenses, what's going to happen is this X receiver is going to come across the middle right in front of the safety for a big gain. Now, if you want to make that throw to the X receiver a little easier and open up more space, you can also put the tight end on a streak because that'll help clear out that deep safety even better. And what you'll notice here is, now look just how open this is. You can actually lead this up the field and get more yards with it. So that's something you can do if you know your opponent's running a lot of zone defense. But otherwise, I like the corner route option if you're not 100%
I gotta pay
sure,
more attention to
if your opponent
defenses.
runs a man defense, this is going to be a really good man-beating route to the sideline.
Ooh,
But
good
also,
catch.
this zig route is going to beat man pretty much every time as well. It's one of the best and most consistent man-beating routes in the game. And this dig route to the X receiver will also do
Ain't gonna lie,
a good
running
job
back
at
is
beating man
always
as well.
open
As you can
in
see,
college
he puts the
football.
defender, but just be careful. You got to get in front of the safety. Really quickly, I do want to mention that I do have a membership where I post my ebooks, my highest level offensive and defensive strategies to help you win more games. The link is in the pinned comment below, and I'm currently
That
running a
ankle
7-day
breaker
free
is
trial, so you can check it out at
nasty.
no cost to you. Now, the next type of play I want to look at is a vertical. So again, if you were in this
This
type
was one of my
a
favorite plays to
formation,
do in
you're gonna
Madden,
have
the
play verticals.
verticals.
So you see trio halfback weak, we have verticals there. We go to trips tight end, we have verts halfback delay, and then we also have a regular verticals play. You should have this type of a concept in any trips
Especially when I
formation.
was
Now,
playing
this is the type of
franchise
setup
mode.
I like as just a base verticals play because you have these 3 deep routes, and then you want to put your tight end, or if you were in a formation where your receiver was split out wide like this, same thing, you want them on a drag because this this is going to get open underneath very easily. And then what you want to do is you also want to put your running back, if you can, into some type of option over the middle. So here we're going to put him on this
Okay.
in route. Because what happens here
I like
is
the
against
option in the
zone
middle for the
defenses,
running
these two
back.
guys are going to be wide open underneath because all those deep routes force the
Oh.
zones further back. And you can throw these routes
See, I
underneath
always
all
go
day
deep
for easy
ball with
yards
it.
and then go up the field and
And
get
then at the
even
last
more.
second, I
Now,
throw
in
it
the
to like
event
the
that you're
tight
in a
end.
formation where your running back and your other solo receiver are on the same side like this, what you can do is you can just motion your running back over. So if you press the B or circle button, you can get onto your running back, and then you can move the D-pad to the left here. So you can put him over, and then you can have both of these routes going underneath into opposite directions just like this, and you can pick up some easy yards underneath against any zone defense. Those two routes will also do a pretty decent job against man a lot of the time as well because they mesh, but you also are going to have a crossing route to your inside receiver that is usually going to be a really good man beating option as well. As you can see, if they run man defense, we're torching him for a touchdown. Now, if they're in a zone defense and they start shading it down to make it aggressive, that is going to take away things like your drag and your running back route underneath. But what this does is it's going to open up the deeper routes because your intermediate zones are all going to be crashing down really hard. So as you'll see here, with them crashing down hard, we can throw this in over the top of them because they're playing too shallow. Or we could quick hit the seam just like this and make a secure catch. Hey, if you're still here at this point of the video,
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll probably throw an interception on that because I'll probably forget to press secure catch in my opinion.
Now, staying in verticals, another setup I like with this will help us bomb the two most popular zone coverages in the game, cover 3 and cover 2. What we're going to do here is we're going to streak the B receiver. We're going to put our tight end here on a corner route. Now, if this was a formation where this guy was lined up out here and it wasn't a tight end, instead of a corner route, we would put him on to a comeback route. So outside comeback, if he's inside, put him on a corner. Now for the halfback, if we're
I ain't gonna lie, I
trying
like
to
that
bomb, we can block him to have
comeback
better
route.
blocking, or if we
That
want to
looking.
check down, we could put him
Especially
on
if
an
you got
out
big
route, we
tight
can put
end.
him on an in route, whatever we want to do.
That's a
just to
box
have
out right there.
something to have a check down. But against cover 3, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to hit the Y receiver as he crosses the field. So this is how it should look. And as you see, we are bombing cover 3 for a one-play touchdown. Because
I'm not gonna lie to you though.
zones into a conflict.
That right there was perfect. But if you ain't got a good offensive line, I say this: do not do that in dynasty mode. Especially if you're going with like a team, a real low rating team, because I feel like you're not gonna have enough time. Like I've seen like a couple of them where you only have like 2 seconds. So depending on your offensive line, see they got Alabama. Their offensive line is alright. It's alright. I mean Michigan. Was in their backfield all day. They was at Cookout, Michigan defensive line. But anyway, if you got like a really good offensive line, this is the play to go. But if you don't,
this zone
pray
over
to the
here has
Lord.
to worry about any type of a corner or a comeback, so he has to kind of bite on this. Whereas this deep safety has to carry the streak that's running right at him, which then frees up this post, as you can see, to come behind the defense and get wide open. Now, again, it's good to have a check down because in
I like that he shows a
pass rush starts
replay.
coming in, you want to just get rid of the ball, pick up a few yards, and make sure that you don't get sacked. Now, against a cover 2, this same setup will work, but we're going to look more so for the guy on the outside left, the X receiver. As he clears that underneath corner, you're going to see he is wide open on the sideline for a huge play. Now, setups like these to bomb coverages are something that you should mix in. You should try to call them at the right time, and they're also really going to be good if you're playing against somebody that just likes to
imagine that's your walk-off to win the national championship.
You know that you can dial this up strategically.
I might cry.
To try to hit them for a big play. Now, here's another route combo I love out of the trips look. We put our outside wide receiver on a comeback, our slot receiver on a deep cross, our inside receiver on a zig, our tight end on a streak, and the running back on some type of underneath route. You could put him on this in route that goes to the flat. If he's lined up on the other side of the field, for example, if we were in a trips tight end, for example, like this, then we'd have him on just a regular flat route. This is just the regular flat option where he goes here. This is going to be a good option to beat everything. So what's going to happen here is against zones, what we're going to be looking to do if they're playing standard zones are attack the flats or the crossing route as he clears out. But we're looking for the flats first. First, I'm looking either at the running back or the B receiver. Those are the two options. Really, I like to look at the B receiver first because if these are standard zones, they're going to drop too far back and we can quick hit it just like we did with our first setup. It's going to be a little quick hitting route underneath. Or we could have our running back in the flat no matter what formation we're in, whether he's
this
on the
is all
flat or the in
what
route,
the
he'll be
defense
open.
gives you.
Now, again,
I
if we
think
wait a
that's
little longer for whatever reason,
that's
we
one
can
thing
hit
I've
the
seen.
wide
A lot of
receiver
people
as
do
he
not have
crosses the field,
patience.
and he's going to be wide open. Now, if they shade their zone defense down to get aggressive, we'll still have that deep crosser the exact same way. He'll just get open a little bit quicker. But another option we're going to have is this comeback route, which if we time it up right, this is going to absolutely destroy zone coverage. And against man, we
Damn.
have multiple options. We have the zig route, as I've already
That comeback
discussed, is
route
one of the
is
best man
brutal.
beaters in the game. The deep crossing route, which we already discussed, is
Especially
also gonna
you
always
put
be a
your foot
consistent
in
man
that
beater,
dirt,
especially if you have a good
and that
receiver
corner
there.
kind
The
of,
comeback route is also
he
another
kind of
route,
like
one of the best man
scared
beaters
that you
in the
might go
game.
over the
And
top,
all you gotta
boy.
do is
Ankle
just time it up
breakers,
right, and
hello.
you'll see. Just go for that possession catch or the secure catch, and it's big yards. Now, when it comes to running the ball out of these sets, you want to look for anything that is like an inside zone or some type of a RPO bubble. So in this formation, the trio halfback week, we have an RPO alert bubble. So what this is going to do is give us the opportunity to throw a bubble screen
All
or
right,
hand
here
it
we
off.
go.
So what
Option
we're
game.
going to read the play beforehand. We see that there's 3 defenders over top our 3 receivers on the left, which means bubble screen's probably not going to be open. So we're going to just go ahead and hand this off to the running back. We're going to go up the middle, try to get easy yards. We have to keep the defense
Okay.
honest with the run too. You don't want to
See,
pass every single play. Now,
I do
here we
not
can
know
see
how to read the
way the defense is
defense
set up. There are not a
unless
lot
they're
of defenders over
blitzing.
here on the left side. So we snap the ball and we're going to hold the B button to throw this bubble screen. And I mean, this can be
Oh my
back-breaking. You can get a few easy
gosh.
yards or you can get huge yards just like this. Now here in the trips tight end formation showing different options, we have a regular inside zone, which is going to be your best shotgun run always.
I wonder
We
how
also
hard
have
it
an
is
RPO
to
read
get
wide
off
flat. So we
blocks
want to
like
call
that.
We want to give ourselves a pass
I
option
guess
here.
it
Now, I'm not
depends
really
on
worried
like
about
the
the tight end
block,
flat on
maybe.
this. I'm just worried about the bubble screen and the running back. So again, we see 3 defenders over there. Bubble screen's probably not going to be good. Now the guy over the X receiver could bite inside, but that's a read we have to make post snap. Right now I'm thinking run. And that's exactly what was the right thing to do. We let him hand it off to the running back. We didn't get many yards.
So if
but
he
throwing the bubble
bites,
screen
you
was
can
not gonna be
just
the
throw
right
that,
idea.
and you have
But when
2
you see they
guys
give you the bubble screen, you
blocking.
want to take it and get those easy yards, and this is going to really make it hard for them to play defense on you. Now, in some of these formations in certain playbooks, like the Bama playbook in this trio halfback week, you'll also have a speed option, and these are absolutely deadly. If you have a speed option, you want to be using this. And you're going to run this like a regular option. You're just going to run out with the QB, hold the LBL1 button, pitch it to the running back. The defense bites on the quarterback most of the time. Sometimes you will keep it with the QB, but more times than not, you're going to hold it for a split second.
You know, one thing
do a
I have
hard
not
pitch to the
seen
outside.
is the pump fake one. You know how they were talking about that like the first gameplay reveal? I have not seen anybody actually do the pump fake one. Like I got to see that like at the goal line, it's 4th and goal, college football playoffs, you facing off against your homeboy or whatever, or the CPU, and you just hit him with that like gotcha bitch, and then touchdown, and now you're in national championship. I bet you it's on TikTok or
by holding
something.
down LB or L1,
I just haven't seen
you just
it.
pick up easy yards with this. When you factor in the other plays and the bubble screens and stuff like that, and the fact that you could run inside, if you have a speed option with this, it just takes it up to a whole nother level. And don't forget about the halfback slip screen. Pretty much every formation should have one of these.
Oh, my favorite play, the
They're really good
screen.
in this year's game, and especially if your opponent runs a lot of zone or they try to blitz you a lot, try to sneak these in there. Just make sure you get the ball off in time, and these can pick up some really
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
yardage.
you
And
do
combined with
gotta
everything
make your
else,
quick
very
read
hard to
though.
stop.
'Cause
Now that you know about the best offense in the game, you're halfway there.
I learned so much new. I think the biggest takeaway I took from this was reading the defense. That's one thing I have a real problem with is reading the defense. I feel like if I was able to read the defense a lot more, I would win so many more games. You know, so many more games on the difficult level as well. Cause I ain't gonna lie, your boy ain't Madden played on pro. Okay? If you guys are new to my channel, I used to post Madden content before I started to get into his reaction stuff. And your boy used to play on pro and sometimes rookie. You know, I'm gonna admit it. I did. I'm not that good at the game, but I kind of just wanted to show I was dominating people. I mean, the CPU and stuff like that. So, you know, but now I'm gonna start watching these videos over and over again. Like, I'm probably not gonna react to this one, the most dominant defense in college football 25, because I'm not really a defensive type of player, but I probably will watch it, you know, off camera just to see what defenses, you know, there are in different teams as well. So yeah, I enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys did learn something new also, but that's going to do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this reaction. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.